Happy Monday, everyone. I'm feeling a case of the Mondays for sure. Everything has felt way too hard. Way too hard. Oh my god. And speaking of way too hard, as you may have known, we got stuck as hell doing just being a platinum person. And over the weekend, I just decided I'm just gonna play some best of one. Oh, by the way, I like absolutely no, it's this side, like right here. Sliced my face shaving. And I know how not to cut my face shaving. I know how not to do this. I've been doing this for like 15 years. I know how to shave a face. Especially mine. Sliced it right open. The thing is that I use safety razors. So I've got the really sharp razors. Feels so good. They're just like shh. And it's so nice, right? It's not like, you know, some of those triple blade things. It feels like there's a bear claw raking your face. You know, it's just like shh. Feels so good. Feels so gentle. Until you, like, angle it wrong or you're moving it at an angle. Because, like, the way you're supposed to do it, you're supposed to drag down, lift away, rinse it off, place it back on the face, drag down. Or maybe you want to drag down, lift up, drag down again. That's totally fine. But you know what is really problematic is if you drag down and then you don't lift it away from your face before moving forward to the next area to drag down. And that's when you just slice your face. And the interesting thing about when you have a blade that's that sharp is you don't feel pain initially. You just have, there's a moment where you just feel really light, and it's almost like the knowledge that you've been cut has been transferred to your head. You're just like, I believe I've cut myself. And then you look and it's just like, because it's like so sharp. Yeah, man, Mondays are being real tough. Mondays are being real tough. But, so I've been playing Best of One with a really simple Gruul Aggro deck, and, hit Diamond. We're just going to keep playing Best of One for a little bit, because the fact of the matter is, Best of One is so much softer than Best of Three. And by soft is a phrase for the competition's not as hard. People are trying out new ideas in Best of One. People who are inexperienced and uncomfortable with Best of Threes are playing Best of Ones. In Best of Threes, that's where you get all the good players who are like, oh yeah, I want to have more decisions so I can really, you know, get that skill advantage kicking in as much as possible. And I know it's intellectually important for me to play Best of Three. We're going to play Best of One. I want to adjust the sideboard later on, but we don't even need to worry about it. We're just going to look at the main deck, which is basically some Llanowar Elves for ramp, because turn 2 Legion Warboss, turn 2 Gruul Spellbreaker is very oppressive. It's very good. Or even turn 3 Rekindling Phoenix is very, very good. We also have some Pelt Collectors to be able to get buffed by, you know, Growth Chamber Guardian, Zhur-Taa Goblin, pretty much anything on the high end buffs the Pelt Collector. In place of Lava Coils, which are more powerful removal tools, we have Lightning Strike for a combo removal, but also shoot you in the face. I love the 3 Collision Colossus in the main deck. Colossus is just an extraordinarily good combat trick, especially in the current meta where there's a lot of mono blue. I feel like in Best of One, kind of hilariously, it's like mono blue, mono red. Like, seems like 75% of it. And Colossus is an extremely good play against mono blue, where you swing in with something, they dive down their own dude, and then you can Colossus. It's so great. So we're just going to play a little bit, chat a bunch, try to rank ourselves up. I'm leaving town on Wednesday. And tomorrow, we're going to be playing Subnautica. Subnautica. Hey, happy 4 years to Bad Hygiene 979. 4 year, hot damn. And I'm the Toast that got hired for my first paid casting gig. And doing free stuff for ages is a great time. Almost at 1 year, too. Oh my gosh, tell me about this gig that you doth get. Can I actually run this? I think maybe not, because I need a red source. I mean, this sucks, but I actually like this better than the other one. Give me a creature, baby. Oh, god damn. I'm fully intending to pay 2 life for that and just literally biffed it. Alright. No problem, huh? Missed out on a point of damage. Typical. So far, this is perhaps the best possible run out we could have. You see Kirby Cookie. Oh yeah, so I'm Diamond 4. I literally just, like, up-ranked past the lowly plat where I was stuck. Alright, so we see that our opponent is Bant. There's a Spell Pierce on the top. But Bant with Branch Walkers. So there's, like, Bant control type decks. How do we do this? Do I just swing in with the Pelt Collector? There's, like, Bant Flash decks that use a lot of, like, Frilled Mystics, Hydroid Krasis, Angel of Grace, things like this. I think I do this and play conservatively on this turn. We'll get in for a point of damage, but then next turn will be quite good. When I see a Merfolk Branch Walker, this tells me that Kirby Cookie is looking like a human who's intending to be a little more mid-rangey. Yeah, Jade Light Rangers, these sorts of things make sense. So now when I swing in big on this turn, this is where the Collision Colossus is going to be quite useful. Okay, interesting data. Hydroid Krasis and Shalai not coming in. This could indicate that a Spell Pierce is up, because, I mean, we see a... literally see the Spell Pierce right there. I think I actually just swing it on out. This guy's definitely going in. Trying to debate whether I want to play the Gruul Spellbreaker pre-combat to haste it in. I think I simply do. I think we just say, yep, that's what we're all about. Now, I think I'm actually just going to haste this. I much prefer to haste that dude. Could technically lead back the Legion Warboss, but I've had a lot more efficiency just not worrying about trying to keep this Legion Warboss alive forever. It's just a really high value card. Our deck tracker's on. Good lord, I am out of it today, man. I am getting just owned by a case of the Mondays. Hey, did anyone get a chance to hang out at the Day Night Festival this last weekend, man? That was a lot of fun. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's count this again. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I give this Trample, 1 will go through, so that's 11, and another 4 would set our opponent to 1. If I buff the Legion Warboss... Actually, I think this is what I want to do. I'm going to buff the Legion Warboss. Oops, I didn't click correctly. If we buff the Legion Warboss, this helps us get a kill on the Jade Light Ranger, which is nice for just getting things out of the way. I think going to be YouTube videos of the festival. DK line there getting uploaded as we speak. Lupercal says, what awesome, just hanging and watching. It snowed in here, so it was a perfect weekend for it. I really enjoyed myself. Especially the Dota 10v10s. All's fine. Great. I actually really enjoyed playing Overwatch. I always forget how enjoyable that game is. Fuck, man. Wow, we were owned. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty bad for us, huh? Oh. Oh. Whoa. Alright, maybe another Collision Colossus here would be good. There's a Spellbreaker. I think we just outright lose. I think that's right. Hasty boy. That helps a teensy tooch. Just move right on past this. The great news is that I'm like Diamond 4, no pips, so if I lose here, it like does not matter. I mean, I guess I just got to attack as best I can. I mean, another Angel of Grace is bad for us. Yeah, this has First Strike and Lifelink swing. I had lethal the turn before Deputy came down. Rob, give me a screenshot of that. That would be great, Rob. Rob 2017 is going to hand us a screenshot of apparently a lethal we missed. Let's go ahead and hang out here for a moment. Thought I counted it all right. Thought I counted it correctly. Lyra does permit our opponent to heal for 5, so our opponent was technically at 8 instead of at 3 in that turn. Or 4. Whatever it was. Whatever it was. I'm going to be a low energy day 9 for the next little bit of time, dude. Robert says, "Oh shit, I forgot Lyra had lifelink there." Yeah. I've been stabbed in the heart a number of times in spots like that where I'm like, I got it, and they just fucking swing in, and then they're like at 1 health, and I'm like, currently doing some Bo1 ladder grinding because it's easier for me to hit Mythic than play. Oh well. Space Beast, that's fine. We're low energy chat today, man. That's what I'm talking about. Now, my biggest goal is to not enter into tapped with the Stomping Ground. That's really our goal. A lot of mono red on the ladder today. It's plausibly better to play this Pelt Collector. Hello. Take that energy down a notch? Hell yeah. Beastman Lover 91 says you're a fast typer. I'm Jelly Man. I love typing fast. And you can type fast too. You just gotta... It just takes practice. I'm so happy I'm streaming, man. I've been a complete failure in all regards that I historically wish to succeed at. Well, this is gonna hurt some, but what are you gonna do, huh? I didn't go to the gym until like 1:20. All I was trying to do this morning was just go to the gym. So hard to get there. Any cool work stuff I wanted to do? Didn't get it done. Not a chance. Oh, is that the one we're getting out? Okay. Oh. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and enter this bad boy tapped, and I'm going to prepare to collision Colossus the Pelt Collector, just defensively. Didn't do anything useful, but by God, at least I went to the gym, and now I'm streaming, and I swear, I've been doing streaming for so long, it's kind of proportional to how I used to be. It's so much easier. It's something I have just like a lot of comfort doing. And hot damn, I am so glad to be doing this right now. Ah, shit, that doesn't work, does it? Alright, I should have paid attention to the Wizard's Lightning. If I cast Collision Colossus, our opponent responds by lightning bolting me. So... Joe Monkey says, thanks for an awesome festival, Dana. I was awesome seeing you there, Joe Monkey. Doing them sweet Warframe grindings. We're dead. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm playing this game. I'm gonna go ahead and concede. The matchup against Mono Red is extremely coin flippy. The matchup against Mono Blue is really nice. This is, I mean, like, I just overrun Mono Blue decks with this one. Alright, there's a hand right there. Crazy Miner 51 says, No Clip Podcast put up an episode for the developer of Return of the Obra Dinn a couple days ago. Haven't listened to it, but I've heard a lot of positive things. You should check it out. I should check it out. Thank you for the suggestion. Thanks for the suggestion, you filthy animal. I rewatched Home Alone. And here's the thing about the original Home Alone. The original Home Alone is literally, it's like pre-YouTube YouTube. That's what's amazing to me. It's like, you know when you watch funny YouTube clips and people get hurt and you go, ha ha ha? That's what Home Alone was before YouTube, man. Omnitoaster says, the casting gig is casting the National University Esports League, Overwatch, and PUBG leagues in the UK. Dude, that is so cool. I mean, the whole idea of, like, esports casting as, like, a profession is... It's a weird-ass industry, because it's sort of like you go from nothing to being able to make money, but no way this is your full-time job, but fortunately it doesn't take up a full-time job worth of time. And then all the way at the very top is like, yeah, I do this for a living, and it's an okay living. And I think the hardest thing is to go from zero money to making some money at all. That is so cool, Omnitoaster, man. Also, we're dying. We're dying. We're dying in a doodly fashion. Do you want a Phoenix friend? With him the fun will never end. I'm gonna take a risk. This matchup is actually pretty hilarious. You got it, bud. This matchup's hilarious because, like, a lot of times it's like, alright, we're down to 6, and we alpha strike. I really enjoy this Gruul vs. Mono Red matchup. It appeals to my internal love of things that are pseudo-gambly. Alright. Keeping up the wall. IXMX Nooblet says, just a quick question. Is there a universe where Sultai Value would be a deck that can be competitive? It would run Thought Erasure, Soots, Chemisters, Chupacabras, Moldrathas, Vivien, Krasis, Fine Broker, and I don't know what else. I would say no to the Moldratha. That's just historically been kind of a big pile of poop. Competitively, but I do think Sultai Value has a lot of legs. Like, I was running the Thundermill Hellkite. You motherfucker, King Stark. The one true card that hurts us oh so bad. Ah, it's a G2 Lava Runner. Ah, it's a 4/4. Hopefully King Stark swings in. Yeah, I think Sultai Value has some real merit. Ow. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god, winter is coming. Yeah, just kill us. Do it. Bring it on. Bring it on. Just go for the jugular, King Stark. You got it. Face is the place, my friend. Let's see here. We have 4 and 4 and 4 and 3. Not quite enough. Oh, look at this sick play, not swinging with the monkeys. That's so good. That is just, like, completely artful, man. That's grand. I'm a little 0-1. Oh my gosh, maybe King Stark is not interested in the face. Maybe King Stark is interested in the infinite value. Don't know. Oh. It's always good to start off the stream with some straight losses. It feels positive. It feels like positively fantastic. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna play the Gruul ban. Alright, we're swinging in the skies. I gotta say, I'm just so grateful to all you folks resubbing right now. Got Fake Mr. HD, Dan Leroy 22, Ipso Facto TV, and like so many more. I swear to God, I was actually in a dumpy ass mood right before going live today. You're all just fantastiquement. Alright, if first you don't succeed, man, just get in. We might win. We might win. Like, you all make me so happy with just your cheer and your pleasantness and your support. You're just great. Well, there's a Viashino. Did we win? Anyone know why Deckmaster won't load for me? Is it still not open? It is open. I gotta update the stream decker. Thanks so much for the reminders. I like to think that a lot of days I push out positivity into the world. Let's go ahead and put this in. There's a change that I want to make. I like to think there's a lot of days in which I push positivity out into the world, and on the days when I'm feeling like a real frowner, you all just push it right back. Push positivity back and forth forever. Does anyone know the reference? Anyone know the reference? The reference is poop back and forth forever. Yes, that's right. Yes, y'all know it. Great, perfect. C'est parfait. These little guys might take a trip to the sideboard because I think that, like, playing Brontodons makes more sense. You know, okay, here is, I think, my biggest weakness in Magic the Gathering. Biggest weakness. It's your pal Day 9. He's sharing some weakness. Enters tapped. Biggest weakness as a player is the following. My brain comes from fixed strategy game systems most of the time, like StarCraft or chess. Played a lot of chess growing up, went to chess leagues, chess tournaments. How good were you? Bad. But what were you? Bad. Probably like 1400 ELO, okay? But, you know, I come from a lot of strategy games that kind of have a fixed system. And so I'm very used to the idea of, like, I can tell there's something here. Let me just keep working with this build. Let me keep refining it. Let me keep trying it. Let me really try to understand it. Keep working on it. Go, go, go. But in Magic, there is what is known as the metagame. And the metagame is essentially the idea of someone starts off and says, hey, I think that this Golgari deck is really good. And they start off doing this Golgari deck, and it beats the shit out of anything that has any issues of refinement. Anything that is not very well refined gets destroyed by this Golgari deck, right? But the only thing that can go toe-to-toe with it, let's say, are two other decks, like, we'll just make it real simple. A mono-red deck and a control deck, right? And we'll just call it Esper Control, right? This is just an example, right? The Golgari deck's really strong, but the mono-red is really good at, as well. But the Golgari tends to have a little bit of an advantage against the mono-red, but the Esper Control is really good against the mid-range deck, etc., etc., etc. Right? So you wind up with this pile of decks that are the generally pretty good decks, right? The generally pretty reasonably strong decks. Until someone goes, oh my god, this Golgari deck, if I splash blue, it's even stronger than it was before. Or maybe someone else comes out with, like, mono blue aggro. And now it's like, holy shit, there's actually so many different decks that are starting to come up into this meta that all of a sudden mono red, which used to be a pretty good meta deck, it's actually starting to fade down. In fact, like and again, I'm making this up, this is not the literal meta, I'm just using these colors for examples, I'm not referencing this current meta. But anyways, you kind of get this like, oh man, you know, that Esper Control and that mono red, they used to be quite good, but they're actually weak because people have found even stronger decks than the ones that are before. So there's this sort of shifting, interesting, roiling collection of standard strategies. And that shifting and changing occurs because Magic the Gathering receives change-ups with some frequency. Right? And I personally really struggle to cope with shifts in the meta. So for instance, one of the big shifts that has happened in this meta has felt like a big rise in power of especially mono blue tempo. Mono blue tempo has turned out to be just fucking strong, man. And what should one do? One should adjust that deck, okay? I think we do turn 1 Llanowar Elves so we can pelt and Zhur-Taa. And I think that what I need to do is make myself stop and reevaluate, because, you know, it's really easy. For instance, if I'm just playing super, you know, agnostically, like, la la la, do whatever, la la la. It's really easy for me to fall into this trap of, well, gosh, I don't want to make any changes to this deck because, you know, I mean, there feels like there's some merit, or maybe I just change this 1 or 2 cards, when really I should be willing to just go, okay, let me stop and completely reevaluate. Why do I have, like, so many sweepers in here? Are there really a lot of decks going wide? Because if there are, the sweepers are good, but if there's not, if it's like mono red doesn't really go wide. It just tries to go for the face. I should actually be asking myself questions about the meta, because I get really hung up on certain qualities to my decks. In particular, I'll play over a weekend, and actually, here's a better example. I'll play through the week because I've been streaming Magic and been having fun doing that and all this sort of stuff. Damn. Because I have this 4th land, I'm willing to swing with the Elves. I'll be playing all week, and then I won't play on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just because I was doing other things, right? Come back Monday, and I'm like, all right, here we go. Let's use our deck. And the meta's shifted because there was a tournament, and people are identifying weaknesses in the decks that were showing up last week. And I tend to be really slow to respond to that. So that's one thing I think I want to work on more. Like, I was doing Gruul last week, having a struggle, and I literally just looked at a list that was successful and was like, oh, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. So let's actually do one of those changes right now that I think would be very reasonable, which is to say see you later to the Legion Warboss. Hi, Despy. I love you so much, you know. Leffowens. God, it's good to see you, Leff. I don't know if it's that you were just not typing, but I feel like I haven't seen you in a little bit, Leffowens. Man, it's great to see you back. Do you wish to attack me? I'm gonna haste the Goblin and smash in the face. Deck extension's working. I mean, I'm real thrilled to hear that. There is no 4/4, only Gruul. Fuck is my mouse? Found it. Found the mouse. Nailed it. Alright. Do you want to swing into the face? Do you want to punch them in the teeth? I think I do. Deck tracker isn't open. Oh my god, of course it's not open. I disabled it over the course of the festival. What's the matter with me? There you go, everyone. You just hum Build Out Walls, Zia's song. You know, okay, Wizard. By the way, I'm playing Subnautica tomorrow. Starting Subnautica. Didn't the deck tracker already get brought up? I have 2 of them. One is the current game sort of list of things. Like, the thing you can hover over. The other one is the actual deck list, which is in the top left. Alright, here we go. Is it the new Subnautica? It's the first one, Nick, in the sky. It's the very first one. That's my hand, Despy. Isn't that nice? God damn it. I love you so much. You know what made it so hard to get up this morning? Sheriff got right here and then just put her chin here and just was purring. I could feel her breath right against my face. Like, that's how I woke up. I woke up to, like, a little sweet kitten. Who's blocking this? Alright, so we're just going to say yes to that. We're not going to pump the dude, because we're already killing both of those. And we're just going to play our other Growth Chamber Guardian from hand. I mean, it was really nice to just have Sheriff just, like, right here. And so I just woke up and I just, like, didn't do it. I didn't text a damn thing, man. Didn't text a damn thing, excuse me. I didn't get up and do any work things. I did text from bed, though. By the way, you guys ready for some real cheerful announcements? You guys ready? You guys ready for great news? You guys ready? Are you excited for this? Because this is truly the greatest. This is the greatest thing. Are you ready? Excited? This is going to be good. You might think that what I'm about to say is not amazing news, but it's amazing news. Okay, you ready? You might not be ready, but I'm going to tell you, okay? My dear friend Eric, business partner, longtime friend, he, on Saturday, the day of the Day Night Festival on Saturday, Eric had a baby. He's a dad now, man. Isn't that awesome? Yep. He's a dad, born on February 9th. How good is that for branding? Eric himself had the baby? No, presumably Eric's wife had the baby, but I like the idea that Eric pushed a baby out. let's just say that's what happened, right? Okay, so let's count. So this trades. This is gain 2, gain 2. So our opponent will be at 9. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that's fine. So we just put it on this one. Which is so great. Which is so great. I'm so happy. I'm so happy Eric's got a dad. Which means I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of extra work for the Day 9 TV stuffs. But Eric and I knew about and were prepared for this in advance. So it's not just like, hey Sean, how's your day been? Good, how about you? I have a baby. Oh shit. Stream Decker should be updated with the most recent deck, by the way. So did a lot of clearing out of stuff at the end of last year. Super excited for him, man. You know what? I wanted to make changes to the deck anyways. I wanted to make some changes. So, in the ladder, I've been seeing... Okay, so here's how we're going to make some meta changes. We've been seeing a whole lot of aggro decks. Legion Warboss is very good against slower controlier decks because it is a continuously growing threat. So I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to put in the Bronto Pals right here. Let me see here. I think 3 in the main board. How do I actually want to change this? I think I would want the Legion Warbosses. 3 of them in the side seems good. I really want Domri to be legit. Not sure if we need all this stuff, but... I'm going to make this bigger, dumb Gruul. Here we go. I feel like Brontopals are Reclamation Sages. Oh, yeah. I like to think of the Brontodons as having the benefit of being able to occasionally blow themselves up to kill off an enchantment, but primarily being a 3/4 body. Yeah, so I think it's pretty much a Zhur-Taa Brontodon. Now that we've boarded into something that is more defensive, more anti-aggro, in contrast to the Legion Warboss, that's more anti-control, I guarantee you we will be up against the control deck. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Jump Flash says, fellow Day Nights, I started a new job today after being off of work for 5 years. Hell yeah, Jump Flash. What's the gig? What is that sweet gigaroni in the pepperoni? We see green. I'm gonna wait before I try to make it haste. What is this? Merfolk. Okay. So I think I just want to smash in, and then I want to make the 4/4 Gruul Spellbreaker. Turn flashes I'm working at a warehouse. That's fantastic. Dude, that feels good when you haven't had a project or work to focus on, and then you get it. Oh, goddamn, that's a great feel. Sacriel says, is Gruul a Hearthstone term? Did it originate in Magic? Oh, yes. It is a Magic-specific term. Green, red, that color combination is called Gruul. Holy shit. Okay, so I think that at this part in the game, it's more important for me to go into right-click mode and just swing into Spellweaver's face, because clearly Spellweaver is low on land. This is a ton of damage. This is 10 damage swinging right in. Yep, that's fine, that's fine. I'll lose one Spellbreaker, but for a player who's down on cards, to have a 3/3, or excuse me, down on land, to have a 3/3 and a 3/3 is really... it's really good. Ah, it's a Wild Growth Walker. Ugh. Yeah, bin it, baby. Okay, so I think I'm absolutely going to do this first. Sure, you got it, friendo. Should have blocked the other one to reduce damage, and then I'm gonna intend to go more wide. Because depending on how our opponent blocks, we might be able to just win next turn. I need to get more water, man. I'm out of liquids. I'm out of fluids. Branch Walker is good. Bing bong. Kumena, Tyrant of Orazka. Oh yeah, that's the one that does cool things with Merfolk. Cool. Don't dehydrate to death, man. Yeah, dehydrated is a good way to describe how I feel today. I just feel so dehydrated. I feel emotionally dehydrated. So my understanding, though, is that Subnautica is, like, unbelievable. That Subnautica is just, like, tight AF. Let's see here. It's not quite as good as Nautica, says Patrick J. Around. Just good enough to keep, man. I'm gonna go with the Yepperoni. We got our anti-aggro Don. I think they're just gonna play this man here. Yeah, I mean, like, Subnautica does strike me as one of those games that's just like... everyone I've heard speak about it is just like... this game right here is pretty sick. By the way, the reason that we're hasting the Gruul Spellbreaker is think about the damage that occurs over turn. So if you haste it, you deal 3, then 6, then 9 over the course of 3 turns. If you make it a 4/4, you deal nothing, and then 4, and then 8. So over the course of 3 turns, you almost always, or over the course of 3 turns, you're still doing more damage with a hasty boy. Not enough mana for an absorb. Since there's not enough mana for an Absorb, I'm going to go ahead and play the Brontodon. That's fine. Now we could get Kaya's Wrath here, which would stink, but we still have a Growth Chamber Guardian on board to be able to slowly rebuild. That's not enough for a Kaya's Wrath. A Tithe Taker. Okay, so I think we did it. I think Operation Got Him has succeeded. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. VWAM, 5 more gifted subs again. To Obscure Meerkat, Birkenaz, HNBL10, Dewinick, and Falco Jam. So I'm going to go ahead and do this now because this plays around Syncopate. Okay, so that's 4 damage. So that's 6 minus 1 is 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, and our opponent's going to have 16, so we're just going to go ahead and do this. We're going to take this action. We're going to get a Growth Chamber Guardian. This is a pretty good amount of damage. Now, depending on what happens, we always have the opportunity to just Lightning Bolt to the face, which is good, so. Damn, VWAM. You're so close to so many. VWAM says, I missed the Day Night Festival, but on the bright side, I got a second date. Oh! Ooh, you got a date, VWAM. Damn. Damn. Obscure Meerkat says, well, I was listening to this in the background while working and heard my handle being said. I nearly died. I'm looking at you, Obscure Meerkat. I'd like to note for the record that Legion Warboss would have been a stronger option to have in that matchup. I guess I'll keep Bitwise Wolf said just learned about bisectional search today, and it was awesome. What is bisectional search? How sectional is bisectional? Hallowed Fountain does not bode well for us. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with it. A little bit of a slow start. 8.8. Alright, we're 1 turn behind. Never even heard of bisectional search. Okay, so it's Bant. So no Absorb possible. I guess technically a Syncopate, but that feels like it would be a slightly weird one for a Bant deck to run in a best of 1. Okay, so tap and draw. This is just literally so unbelievably very much so a Wilderness Reclamation kill you as fast as I possibly can deck. This is a Nexus of Fate as fast as you can deck. Okay, so I'm just gonna swing in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. 9 plus, I guess 5 plus 7 is 12, so we would have had lethal outside of the Depose, which is pretty nice. And we'll just expand our board a little more. Not running any of these out. I think it's important for us to build our board right now. We have a lot of instant speed threats, so we can, like, respond to heals by double lightning striking for 6. So, I mean, Ban typically doesn't have a way to really deal with a board like this. So I'd be curious as to what you're gonna do, 8.8. Alright, well, it looks like we're generally out of Settle the Wreckage range. Cool, cool. I think 8.8 just whiffed as hard as a person can whiff. He whiffed so hard. It was quite a whiff. See, man, I'm playing best of 1. People doing experimental decks, slightly off mana bases, things like that. Otherwise, Wolf says, so let's say you are trying to find the root of 25, and you can pick a number right in the middle and double. Oh, yeah. So this is yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I've never heard it referred to as bisectional search. I've heard that referred to as a binary search. Alright, so this is going to be good. And I'm going to go ahead and haste and swing in. Yeah! Bong! Not bisexual search, bisectional. Bisectional search. Brontodon is an okay draw. So we technically have enough damage on board. Not enough mana for a counter. Suppose enough for a negate. So we're pretty much in grand shape. So the way to do this is to swing, use Colossus Collision to put them down low, and then wait until they cast a spell and respond with lethal. Ang8811 says, okay, chat, does bi-weekly mean twice a week or twice a month? Fuck, I don't remember this. Bi-weekly means every other week. Semi-weekly means twice a week. Yeah, semi-weekly is twice a week. Yeah. So I'm going to do something that looks kind of weird. I'm going to go ahead and Colossus now. And set our opponent to 5. Because we have a threat of 3 on the board. Promisas has to remove this threat. Yoga 314 says, did the top tier meter just reset or is my cache broken? Yeah, no, it resets like every 3 days. There is no sideboarding or best of 3, only Gruul. We should actually just open. We should just open a Ravnica Legion's booster right now. See what we get. That's not a good hand. I gotta mulligan this. We're aggro, man. We want to curve out. I'll keep it, actually. Oh, wow. We didn't even really need that, but that's great. Like, the fact that we have Forest, Llanowar Elf, Growth Chamber Guardian, and Brontodon is really nice. Alright. Alright. Zhur-Taa into Brontodon is going to be real nice here. Okay, so let's see here. We'll put away... Actually, may as well just keep all these tokens. What is this? We got a Spirit Token. Spirit Token for the purposes of Afterlife. Alright, so we have... Spike Wheel Acrobat. Don't think that's that great. We have a Twilight Panther. Ooh, it's that 1/2 Death Toucher. Sage's Rose Savant. This kind of makes me want to, like, draft again. Rollbelt Recluse attacks each turn if able. Perfect. Nearly perfect. Kind of stinks that we can't do our Brontodon. Gifts of Strength. Footlight Fiend. I've been really interested in Rakdos aggro. It's kind of hard to see. Hold it by my face with the lighting is good. You can actually see that I've arranged my lights to really focus on my face. My face is the most important thing! Alright, Chillbringer. I can't believe this is common. The 3/3 flyer? I mean, this is so sick. You know, I think I actually just lightning this, because if I play the Growth Chamber, it would just be a trade, and I'd prefer to actually get this to recur. Rebel Reading. Destroy target land, scry 2. So great. Blade Juggler, whatever. Watchful Giant. Actually, I think this one is pretty sick. Alright, we're at 11 against Lord of Leaves. Ouch. May as well play this. Alright, our first uncommon is a High Alert. High Alert, this is the one that you get to assign damage equal to the toughness. That's so good. Ooh. For efficiency's sake, I'm going to do this. Not going to attack quite yet. Oh my god, Biogenic Upgrade. Distribute 3 +1/+1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 creatures, then double the number of +1/+1 counters on them. I think this card is exceptional. Blood Mist Infiltrator. Whenever it attacks me, sack another creature, and it can't be blocked. I think this card sucks. Pestilence Spirit. Menace Death Touch for 3. Jesus. Instant sorcery spells you control have Death Touch. Jeez Louise. Is someone wearing Febreze? So I can now swing with one of these puppies. This is more important to play this than the Pelt, man. Alright, and the last one. Oh wait, that was it. Pestilent Spirit's the rare. Wow. Oh, okay, that was fine. Alright. Damn. Alright, next. Alright. So we can set up something close to lethal next turn. Unless it's literally Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt. It's me, a Gitu Lava Runner. Well, I mean, damn. What are you gonna do, huh? Cool. Cool. Alright, so Lord of Leaves literally needs, like, Lightning Bolt's Skewer. Oh, dude, decline every day of the week. Are you kidding me? Yeah, please kill me with 1 mana. Got me. Ba-boom. No problem. I do have to get better at best of 3, though. Like, I definitively do. I'm gonna quickly get some water real fast, because I just left my water thing in there. Here's our big dumb Gruul deck. I'm gonna leave it up for a second. Be right back. Excellent. We will now continue to smash faces with Big Dumb Gruul. Ghost Stalker says, you are the core support During the festival, chair. You're amazing. This is an amazing chair, man. I love my Herman Miller Aeron. This is okay. I mean, it's actually really nice to get double red early on. Because our Rekindling Phoenixes and our Skarrgan Hellkites are double red. Remember how I was saying that, like, everyone here is just aggro? Oh, God, I hate Runaway Steamkin. It's so good. Bink. We always trade with this if we can. What stinks is if it's like Shock Bolt and then this dies, or Shock Wizard's Lightning, which is pretty common. Tenor Boss is best of 1 meta. Yeah, I really think that like playing the best of 1 meta is like so nice. All right, I mean if we get a land, we basically win, right? We too are a beatdown deck, but we deal more in a turn than Hampton Bay can with creatures, so. What sucks is if another land comes down, Runaway Steamkin just, like, does this infinite mana garbo. Razawaz says, I'm 1-1 versus number 79 on the Mythic ladder. Wish me luck. You got this shit. Goodbye. And then a shock, maybe? Will something shocking happen next? Base Nerd says, hey, did you see the conversation between LSV and Matt Nass about banning Nexus of Fate? Well, good on those responsible adults for having that discussion. No blocks. This is probably where a bunch of mana gets repurposed for some sort of chain whirler. Yeah. Could have maybe not done this. That's another reasonable option. I think maybe I swing a little too early in this matchup. I didn't see the conversation. What did those humans say? I think I just should have not swung with the Gruul Spellbreaker. It's pretty reasonable. So I think I do this and then have the Collision Colossus in response. Do I just do this? I think I do, because I have a combat trick to let me kind of hang in it. And it also sets up the capability of us to just end the game next turn. Ending the game next turn does sound good. Why have they not banned that already? I always am very respectful of a game developer taking a while to react and do a nerf or an update or an adjustment. Alright, so there's that. That's fine. We're getting some hellos. It's great. We got a very friendly person here. I always want to be very, very respectful of that. And right, nothing at all, huh? We should do Donata. Getting a land would be nice. That's also nice. Alright, I'm all in. Alright, you do the math. I think that one of the things that's really nice is if a developer has... Well, I should say, I think that Wizards of the Coast is just in a pickle in a way that other devs are typically not in a pickle. Right? Which is to say... Ah, fuck. Is that it? We dead? Right? We're a big dead boy. Because we can deal not enough. Alright. We lost. Yeah, I think that Wizards of the Coast is in a bit of a pickle whenever... Okay, so let me actually organize my thoughts that my big dumb brain's struggling with organizing today. So my general thought is that balance and change and adjustment and things like this are a very reasonable and necessary part of pretty much any healthy multiplayer game. And I think that one of the concerns that's very reasonable to try to address is how do we make sure that we aren't changing in a way that is disruptive, but changing in a way that's helpful? Because there are so many examples of games whose changes resulted in harmful disruption. A recent example I can think of is notably Culling. The Culling. A game that came out, people loved the gameplay, and then they started to make changes, adjustments, changes, so on and so forth, that wound up... This is a hilarious hand, dude. That wound up harming the core gameplay to the point where the community left. And eventually they actually just said, we're resetting back to the original version, and that totally went kaput. Now the entire series is bust out. But anyways, I think that change is a very important and healthy part of any reasonably done game. Hello, it's me. Hello. Goodbye. And I think Wizards is in a slight bit of a pickle due to the fact that their game is a card game. You can't adjust and balance in small ways in the way that a League of Legends could. You often have to be more obtuse. Hello, I have lethal. That's such a funny game. And I think that, like a lot of digital games, I'd give a huge amount of credit to Heroes of the Storm, League of Legends. A lot of these games that create events around moments of change. Less so Dota 2. Dota 2 still does this, but Valve historically communicates precisely zero with any of their communities. But, you know, I think that, like... Oh, actually, Fortnite. Who am I kidding? Yeah, Fortnite is a great example where they're like, we're having seasons, and the seasons have changes, and you should plan for changes, and we're going to change things up. We're also going to rebalance. So if things feel bad, people kind of have this, like, oh, okay. But, you know, at least the season's coming to an end in a little bit. Magic the Gathering has this in a slightly different way, where I go, oh man, I can't wait for the next set to come out. And there's a new set almost always about to come out. Like, what are we at? We're in February, and there's... The last set was in January, so we'll go February, March, April, May. What is it? May is going to be the next set? It's like every 3-4 months, something like that. I hope that we're against mono blue. Left1 says Path of Exile does this magnificently. Yes, no, I mean, that's like exactly a great example where Path of Exile has all these, again, tweaks, tunes, adjustments, twiddles, fiddles, and whatnot. Hello. Hello. And I think that that's one thing that has not quite been established very clearly is when does Wizards do bans, balance considerations, something like that. Because let's just imagine that on the 1st of every month, Wizards would announce if there was a ban or a removal of a card from a ban list or something like this. Always happen on the 1st of every month. Then there would be, you know, people just being like, all right, it's time to count down. Actually, how do I even want to play this out? I guess this. This feels like Raziel ZZZ has to have a counter. Alright, so this does look like mono blue, so I think that what I need to do is focus largely on building Growth Chamber Guardians up. Going wide with those. Magic does have scheduled ban restricted announcements. Alright, Daft Chapel, then I'm a moron. I thought they have that? I had no idea. Alright, I'm just like an idiot. You know what'd be really good is something the Wizards has already been doing for years. Like, listen, this is why every developer should just never listen to their community, especially streamers. Like, we're such fucking idiots, man. I just literally play. It has a scheduled ban announcement with each set release. I'm so embarrassed, man. All right, fine. You got me. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's fine. Like, you got me. I don't know. I don't know how the things work. No, it's pretty new. All right, yeah, then that's good. That makes sense. I'm really the best. All right, I'm going in with the team. Hello. But wow, I wish I'd known that. Huh. Huh, man, never listen to your community, man. Listen to your community is so toxic. Because idiots like me are like, here's my attempt at a well-articulated thought on the matter at hand. And everyone's like, they do that. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. I mean, you know, I'm noticing something gloopy in my present tense. Yep. Squish me with them gloops, baby. Yeah. But, you know, I think that's one thing that, like, I personally, as someone who didn't know that, this is something that, like, just makes me feel a little bit like, huh, are they really? Gonna be... is it coming up soon? Because I feel like Nexus of Fate is gonna get banned. I feel like it is. And, again, I am not someone who's, like, really pissed, like, fucking slamming my fist on the table about, like, Wizards is so dumb, so bad, because it is inevitable to make a thing where you're trying to push the boundaries of what's possible, and you just inadvertently make a degeneracy. I mean, that's just bound to happen. What to do? I mean, so here's the thing. Our opponent definitely frickin' has counters. 100%. So I think is what we do. I think we lightning bolt this. So then this will sack to block that. So then we get the blocker out of the way. I mean, if I just get anything down. Yeah, no, fantastic. Great. Grand. Nifty. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing in with the team, man. These Llanowar Elves are pinging for one. Look at this mono-blue deck. Trying to ping me for one a turn. Trying to ping me for two and drawing a card as well, man. I'll ping you for one every day of the fucking week. Ah, delicious. Yeah, I've no anger towards the design team at Wizards for printing Nexus of Fate. Yeah, no, it just gobbles up and consumes all the joy in the room. This is an interesting comment from Voice. Says, on the other hand, bannings as a whole reduce consumer confidence, and while Wizards doesn't directly acknowledge a secondary market, bannings have serious repercussions. Yeah, and I think that I would temper the argument of reduces consumer confidence. I would temper that by virtue of Wizards is really consistently excellent at... Ooh. Really is consistently excellent at adjusting their games over time and making them excellent. Like, I feel like there's essentially no game that has ever been as good at long-term multiplayer as Wizards by a wide margin. I think that's right. I've said that with extreme confidence before, but I'm feeling insecure because it's Monday and I have a case of the Mondays. I've been a big ol' pile of tears, you know. World of Warcraft is Onderin. I will temper my statement to competitive multiplayer. I think I'll temper that because WoW really has been one of those games that stood the test of time. 2019, released in 2004, and people still play the ever-living fuck out of it. So Air Daddy says StarCraft might be the only other one. I would say that Brood War has maintained beautiful competitive integrity and is, again, having a huge resurgence in Korea. You guys should all watch ASL and KSL. Casted by my brother. So there's my goddamn bias. Oh, you Terramander motherfucker. Alright. Do I want to block the 7 damage or the 7 damage? Probably the 7 damage, right? So the reason why I will claim that I'm not going to necessarily count StarCraft is that Magic the Gathering has continued to change and evolve and grow and be, like, a game that has lots of content coming into it. Whereas Magic doesn't. Not Magic, StarCraft doesn't. StarCraft is just a big old fixed thing-a-roni. So that's kind of why I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I'd necessarily... This is why I would say that there's nothing really like Magic, you know? Because you can easily make the argument, oh yeah, dude, Broodor was such an accident. I think that there's some merit to that, for sure. Such an accident, the designers never knew the Mutalisks were going to work that way. But Magic is actually a very deliberate thing, where they're like, here is the meta that we are trying to craft and to sculpt for our players, and we're having lots of top former pros play the game at a high level to ensure that we have a... Gross! It's very easy to claim luck. Very, very easy to claim luck. Alright, haste. Whereas Magic is very clearly skill, right? It's very clear that with all the new sets coming out and all the new mechanics and all the new XYZs coming out, that they're doing something very skillful here. Gotcha. This is why I love this deck. Bonk, bonk, bong. Here's my handle and here's my spout. Craig Jones says, it is incredible how balanced Magic is when they can't alter cards after releasing. Yeah, dude, you're telling me. Volkran says, if you look at the standard formats right before GRN release, consumer confidence in standard was very low. Enthusiasm for the format was poor. Players weren't showing up for events, such as the SCG Tour cutting standard from their schedule entirely in 2018. God, that's like super interesting. I'm going to keep this even though this hand's like a big pile of dicks. I didn't realize that standard was so poor before that. I mean, like, I came in at the right time, baby. I came in to standard at Gurn. Alright, Simic Guildgate. It appears we have a Gator deck. So if this is a Simic Guildgatey deck, I think that I actually want to just haste this puppy in. Haste. The Pelt Collector will get the boost, and I can prepare to become a Swingaroni right away. Simic Guildgate scares me, because it goes Simic Guildgate into Forest, which gives me confidence that it's 99% a Simic Nexus deck. So... this is a real pickle, because this is there's no counter coming. This deck would be much weaker were there a counter in there. So we're just gonna go ahead and haste and try to swing in. Hello, bing bong. Root Snare, possibly, plausibly. It's fine. One of the least scary cards for us to get chucked back, because we'll just pelt and Zhur-Taa again. Search for Askanta's very good for us right now. I mean, we're about to deal just a fat stack of damage. Good game. Yep, you got it, man. Definitely going to haste here, because if we haste, then we can also swing with the Llanowar Elves, and even though 1 point of damage is generally not much, it means that we are within range of going Zhur-Taa Lightning Strike. So that's... great. I think the whole idea of balance and change in the game is just fascinating. Fascinating AF. Alright, we did it. We won. We won the video game. I'm so interested in current multiplayer gaming trends. Just so interested, especially with the recent bombs in AAA gaming. Notably like Fallout 76, Star Wars Battlefront 2, which I don't know if you can necessarily call a bomb. I know that it didn't meet expectations upon its initial release. I don't know how it's been doing since then, but there was a lot of reputational harm that happened to EA there. There was also, oh yeah, baby. I think I will be shocking in to play the Llanowar Elves first, because I think it's important to get the double red up. There were a few others. I don't know. I'm just really fascinated in this. And you know, for a game that I don't play, can I just give mad props to League of Legends for a moment here? By the way, I'm playing this because next turn I can go Zhur-Taa in Growth Chamber. If I don't get the red source, and if I do, I just play the Phoenix. And given that this appears to be another Bant deck, I'm going to go ahead and just play the Hasty Boy. I mean, I just want to give a shout out to League of Legends, man. Like, what just an impressive achievement Riot has done. They're on their 10-year anniversary. Alright, 10-year anniversary of League of Legends, I believe is this year. And that game's still doing just fantastically, you know. Oh, this is a fucking Gator deck. Alright. Alright, get in there, everybody. Whatever. I decided to attack with this Llanowar Elf because even if Rally G does play a Guild Summit, I could have kept a land open to blow it up, but our opponent still would have been able to draw. And shit. Circuitous Woot. Yeah, I just think that what Riot's done with that game is, I think it's spectacular, you know. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Circuitous Woot. Maybe we'll just hit Mythic today, just playing this Best of 1 shit, man. Again, Best of 1, there's two types of players that are going to show up in disproportionate numbers in Best of 1. Generally speaking, weaker players who are less comfortable with Best of 3, because sideboarding is a very intimidating thing, even though very quickly it becomes natural. If any of you are uncomfortable with sideboarding, don't you worry about it. You'll learn it lickety-split. So there's people who are uncomfortable with sideboarding, and because they're weaker players, they're just going to, generally speaking, make more mistakes. And there are, in addition to those weaker players, there are people who are experimenting, trying to fiddle and figure stuff out. And this allows a deck like this Gruul Aggro Beatdown deck that's somewhat optimized to just beat the ever-living fuck out of these players who are trying to hang out and have a good time. Hello, it's Diagonal Monkey. Ow, ooh. Stu Cachusa, why are you beating up on all the guys trying to figure out stuff? I want to hit Mythic. And you know, I'm going to talk like an absolute filthy, like, you know, one of those guys that's like the head of some hedge fund that does really skeezy shit. I'm doing a kindness to them. I am playing with a deck that will help them understand the weaknesses in their decks. Nope, none of that self-righteous nonsense. Really, I'm just doing this because I'm having a lot of fun with it. Skewer my decks. See you later. Goodbye. Boom. Trickle-down card economics, says Detour Lunch Meat. Yeah. We're getting close to Skarrganing. It's really cool, the Riot mechanic. In a way, Riot is like, you get to choose if you're the mid-range or if you're the beatdown. Haste is the beatdown, +1 is the mid-range. Decklist. Nile Ninja, you should be able to see it right up there on the Stream Decker widget on the far left side of the screen. W.D. Harris Jr. says, speaking of AAA bombs, I read about Activision Blizzard laying off a bunch of people. Super sad. Yeah. Jesus. I don't know if that's happened yet. I haven't heard anything. I heard, like, the Blizzard braces for impact. But then again, that's what's written on, like, the back of the box for most action movies. It's happening this Tuesday, says Lupercal. Ugh. Apropos, where do you find decks you want to play day 9? I like Aether Hub, what is it, MTGarena.pro, MTG Goldfish. Now, do I just beat down? I think so. I'm going to go ahead and run down this, and then just swing in with the whole team. So I think we win against Naminator. Yeah, Thundermo Hellkite stream, Hoogland stream. Even though it's Hoogland. Every time I read, I'm just reading like from left to right, so I just... Jeff Hoogland. Alright. It doesn't really matter, I'll just shoot in the face. Do it. Hurt me. Oh, you know what's crazy? Anthem's coming out soon, right? And I've been hearing horrid things about Anthem, right? I mean, like, I've heard from this chat... just so much talk about how Anthem just doesn't have any content. It was super fun to play. That's the big thing I've been hearing. Pretty fun fundamentals, no more than 20 hours of gameplay. Anyone play more than 20 hours in the demo? Because, I mean, Anthem is a game that I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what it looks like. But I'm also the sort of person that, like, almost never buys anything day one. This is part of why I'm playing Subnautica tomorrow. Like, typically it's, like, simulation games, games that are doing launches around their releases that invite me to be part of that, you know, that sort of thing. But it's not like I have this, like, fundamental need inside of me to play a lot of games on day one when I can play it later. You played Wargroove? Yeah, Wargroove was pretty great. But if for whatever reason I had the interest of doing something else that day, I just wouldn't have played Wargroove. I was just like, man, I haven't done a new game in a while. When's Wargroove out? And it's like, oh, it's out today. Oh, okay, there we go. XDraculos8 says, demo is very restricted, so you can't really base content level off it. That's actually a very fair statement. It could be that it's just hyperbolism. Hyperbole. Hyperbolitude. Hyperbutt. It's me, the Pelt Collector. Give me all your pelts. Hyperbolic sign. You mean the cinch function? Well, that's a terrible card to run main deck, but you got it, MT. I will remove the Rekindling Phoenix because I want to put my capabilities face up. Maybe Growth Chamber Guardian's going to take a trip to See You Later Town. Oh. Perfect. Boom. Big bad. Bada boom. So this is a true pure control deck. I have seen decks do this. Anyone watch BBD? So I've been watching BBD. He runs this just bullshit control deck that's hilarious. It runs 2 Unmoored Egos main deck. It's constructed to be a best of 1 deck. And then it has 3 Mastermind acquisitions to just peel cards out from the sideboard to actually win the game. Do I want to lightning strike him? You bet your butt I do. Mana efficiency. Ho! Vraska's Contempt in response. No, absolutely not. So Empty has a Vraska's Contempt, which is going to go straight onto this Rekindling Phoenix here, but I think that's fine. Absorb, same thing. Boyne Classic says, wait, sir, did you say you can pull cards from the sideboard with some card? I missed the name. Yeah, it's called Mastermind's Acquisition. I'm pretty sure this is the deck. Mastermind's Acquisition says put a card from your deck into your hand or put a card that you own from outside the game into your hand, where outside the game is defined as your sideboard. So you basically have a deck that runs only counters, only response. It's like, you know, triple Moment of Craving, 4 Vraska's Contempt, 4 Mortify, 4 of a lot of shit. Dunga, dunga, dunga. Runs Kaya's Wrath and shit. And then it runs the 3 Masterminds Acquisitions to be able to do things like get a Clear Your Mind. Goodbye. Clear the mind, reshuffles back into your... Reshuffles your library back into your... Or your graveyard back into your library. It's a really fun deck. I have it built over here. I mean, it's hilarious. It's a hilarious deck. Playing against mono red, you just get a Sanguine Sacrament from the sideboard. That action, take it. I would like 1 Vespene action, please. So, I think MT's probably going to send the Growth Chamber Guardian to the... Yeah, goodbye. So I think Empty's in a bit of a pickle. Always kill Teferi. You want to see me play it? Yeah, let me finish this game up, use the restroom, and we'll switch on over to BBD's deck, man. Boom. You know, let's play this till we lose, because I mean this deck's murdering, and at this pace we'll hit Mythic before the end of the day. So I'm just gonna use the restroom.